Well, rough out here, boy. You can't find a good band, man. What happened, man? He just stopped playing. He just don't want me to be successful. Oh, man. Woo. Is it warm or is it just me? It's warm, there you go. Chris, you up, man? You from Alabama, man. How everybody doing? Awesome. All right. Go ahead and get going. Everybody live. Let's roll a bit, Malcolm. What? And we bow down towards the east. Most High, Eternal, Yahuwah, the Elohim that created the Shamayim and the rocks, Elohim that created each and every beast, Elohim that created every situation, the Elohim that kill, the Elohim that make alive, the Elohim that wound, Elohim that heals. We say, I do for all things that you have, in all situations you have allowed us to be in. We say, I do for all things that you may bring us out, according to our Sadiq. We thank you for those that are in attendance, also those that are watching by means of live streaming, those that's looking for a beacon of hope, those that's looking for a way to escape Kata. We ask that the word that go forth that be able to deliver them from all moot. We say, I do for our Ra'ah that lead us in and lead us out. Continue to feed us with knowledge and understanding, and also the sharp that you have placed here in this vineyard. All these things we ask in your Beth, Yahushua Mashiach, we pala. Let's all say, Amen. Hey, boy. That's why when I wear all white, you want to wear all black? Now I feel like that's crazy. It's all good. Come and give me a hug, man. I'm just That's right, that way I'm dressing all black up in my residence. Ain't got no suits because I ain't trying to be president. That was an old philosopher right there. Y'all remember that? Oh man, that was Lil Wayne. And I'm missing the belt loop, I think. My wife told me, she said, you missing the belt loop? I showed them missing it. Oh man, shoot. Man, I had a friend of mine just said something like that. He was like, man, we were sitting there, you know how you have not intimate conversation, but you have a conversation that you one-on-one with your friend or somebody you talk with. And I just sat there and he told me, he said, yeah, man, you know, it's hard, man. It's just, you know, the more successful you get out here, the things that you have. You know, as far as, you know, just reading, and he was like, you know, just like the old philosophers to say, man, you know, just the more money you come across, the more problems you see. I said, that's Biggie. Man, but he threw me because I'm going with it. I'm like, I said, I heard more money, and I had to play it back in my head. I said, the more money we come across, the more problems we see. I said, that's Biggie. He said, that's who said? I said, yes, man. Yeah, I said, that ain't no new philosophy. That's old. That's Puff Daddy, you know. Well, you gonna tell me I want Puff Daddy, boy. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, Puff Daddy? Oh yeah. He stole it from you? I don't know, but you weren't on TV, man. Nah, you weren't on TV. Friday night. Dang, boy.
I think the Most High, boy, he's living from all that, boy. Them artists, they have you chasing them dreams that you can't even afford. You can't even afford to dream the dream. Not only the life that they live in, but you got to think a lot. What he said was true. The more money you have, the more problems you have at the end of the day. But the way he broke it down, I'm like, bro, you didn't create that. You just said that like that was profound. And if I was a little bit younger, you would have got me. And I would have considered you a great philosopher. I would have came over and said, man, you know, a guy just told me, the more money you come across, the more problems you see. And all y'all be looking at it, that joke just quoted Biggie and the McDosh. Act like we don't know. Listen, no, every saying that people say, just give us some time. Run it past an older person, and we'll make it all right. Oh man, I thank the Most High for it, but we'll jump right into it. We'll start off the book of Romans chapter 15 at verse 4. I can't do this, man. Time out. Can I get a time out? Thank you, get a time out. Thank you. The blue one? Don't worry about it, man. Mike got to be on, man. We live. We live, man. Somebody trying to be saved out there. I missed the belt loop. I ain't perfect. You know how it go. I was going to listen to the brother. Brother, he got a belt loop miss. He ain't right. Any little thing somebody could do, that's fine, man. This is the book of Romans chapter 15 at verse 4. Listen to the Sephora.
For whatever Nikatab before, Nikatab for our lament,
Yes.
that we through endurance in the Kum of the Ketubim might have your call.
That's right. Those things was written before. Give me the book of U'al Shemut 34. Let's start down. I said U'al Shemut 34. 34 and 1. The book of U'al Shemut, chapter 34, at verse 1. Because as I started to think last night, I was always trying to make sure that I'm always in the right way. And the only way that you know that you're in the right way or know that you're going on the right path if you're doing according to a set of rules and a set of guidelines, period. When people say you commit kata, what is a kata? Transgression of the law. The kata is a transgression of the Torah. So what is a transgression? Dang, this is another note I gotta get right. I'm still missing a belt loop. In the front. No. I just want to be perfect. I'm ready now. Goodness, man. That's what happens when you wear white clothes. When you wear white clothes, everything, oh, that nigga think he perfect. He missing 2 belt loops. All right, but there got to be some rules and regulations and guidelines. So this is the book of U'al Shemut, chapter 34, at verse 1. Listen to the Sefer.
And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, hew thee 2 tables of a bond, like unto the first.
That's right.
And I will write upon these tables the dabarim that were in the first tables, which thou breakest.
So what happened, when we first got our commandments, as they call it, when Moshe came down, he was so angry, he broke them. On the ground, he broke them, right? So he had to go back up to get them again. Y'all see that? He had to go back up to get them again. Continue, Chris.
And be ready in the morning and come up in the morning unto Har Sinai and present thyself there to me in the top of the Har.
Yep. Y'all see again, right? Another interesting fact that Musa always had to go up on mountains, but yet he didn't have what mountain climbers have. He was what they call a free climber. That what they call it? Free climb. That's no harness. That's nothing to catch you. That's when you fall, you fall. Free climbers, who have not seen free climbing? Imagine people going up a mountain day with no harness on. See if you can pull it up right quick, Dwight. So y'all can put in perspective on how the journey to go get the law, what he had to do. And when Yahuwah always wanted to talk to him, it had to be at the top of a har. You see this? This free climbing. That's a made picture right here. I want a real one. That's a made one. Somebody, that's Microsoft Word clip art. Y'all remember that all day? Microsoft Word clip art saved a lot of my projects. It took my project to a D to an A. Quick. One picture. One man. And they said, you know what? See, Boston took his time, did that. That's free climbing. Y'all see that? He has no harness, nothing on, yet going to the top of a mountain. For what purpose? Just to say I did it. But when Moshe had to do these things, imagine going up. We ain't had no dog harness. Imagine going up and down a mountain, even walking with tablets and stone. Right. I can't break them going down, right? Only thing I broke them when I saw these people. That's right. So I don't know if he had a sack on. I don't know. He still had a sack on him, boy. I don't know what he had on. But just look on what these people doing are not new. Today is not new. Let's say, if he tell you, come meet me at the top of the mountain, you ain't say, hold on, let me run a sports authority at Dick's Sporting Goods right quick, right? The first thing you say, man, I don't even know how to climb a mountain. Matter of fact, I'm scared of heights. That's tight. So it's a lot of little things that people skip over, and they don't even realize the things that had to be done even to get the law. So he told them, come up to the top, to yourself there to me on the top of the mountain.
And no ish shall come up with thee, neither let any ish be seen throughout all the har.
That's that even telling you, I don't even want you to have no help. Come by yourself. A lot of times on our journey, it's hard to come by ourselves. When you find this way, you always want somebody to come with you because it makes the journey a little easier, right? But when you come by yourself, it's a little different. Now it's all on you. It's your gas money. It's your decision. If you wrong, they gonna say you was wrong. But if two people wrong, you say, man, you told me to do it, so it ain't no obligation. But he said, come up yourself.
Neither let the flocks nor the herds feed before that har. And he hewn 2 tables of a bun, like unto the first.
That's right.
And Musha whom up early in the morning, and went up into the har, Sinai.
Yep.
And Yahuwah, as Yahuwah had amar him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of a bun.
That's right.
And Yahuwah descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the Shem of Yahuwah.
Yep.
And Yahuwah passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahuwah, Yahuwah Elohim, Rakam and Khan, long-suffering, and abundant in Tu and Amat, keeping Rakam for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgressions and Kata, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the Abbas upon the Benin, and upon the Benin until the 3rd and the 4th to Ladan.
That's right.
And Musha made haste and bowed.
Read verse 6 again.
And Yahuwah passed by
Yep.
before him
Uh-huh.
and proclaimed Yahuwah, Elohim, Rakam, and Khan, long-suffering and abundant in Tub and Amat, keeping Rakam for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgressions and Kata, and that will.
Y'all see that? This the part right here where a lot of people don't even realize. They say, well, in the law there was no Khan. That was the whole goal. As it reads, who keeps loving kindness for thousands and forgives iniquities and transgressions. That's my whole goal. He didn't come for you he want to condemn you. It's your behaviors that put you in these situations that cause him to condemn you. You understand what I'm saying? So when you think about these things, now you know that these are different things that's written. Because the first transgression, what it's called, it says what? There you go, iniquity. Make sure I spell this thing right. There you go, Quati. What's the second one? The second one. Hey, Dwight, hold on. Dwight, you gonna preach this thing? You want me to preach this thing? Dwight, I'm messing with you, Dwight. Dwight, he know what I'm doing. He know what I'm doing. The second thing is what? Transgression. It's nothing like being in the game. You don't even know the rules. You don't even know the penalties. Ray, you called a flag on me. What was that for? That was the overstep of your foot. You're like, what? What's wrong with the ref? Oh, you didn't read the manual? Over the book. What? Penalized, brother. Matter of fact, you penalized twice because you're talking to me face to face in my eyes. It's nothing like being in the game if you don't know the rules. The people that know the rules and study the rules normally the ones that normally defeat the game and win the game. In football, they take it all the way to the edge to where it's not a penalty. They'll line 8 people on this side, 1 person on that side, and then when the defense come out, they're trying to figure out what in the world going on. And you know what they do? They go to the ref and say, they can't do that. And the ref say, but it's legal. So now because you didn't know the rules, that don't mean I gotta stop this play and not let this thing go on. That's on you and your preparation. What you think is illegal is legal because they have read the rules, right? So the whole thing for us is you need to know what are the things that's gonna get you out of the game. What are the things that's gonna hinder you from being successful? What are the things that's gonna get you off of the path? What are the things that people are gonna push you off of the path? So you gotta know these things. The second one was transgression. And what's the third one? Sin. Ooh, sin. Right? So now let's go to Exodus, Ashamu, chapter 20 at verse 1. So this is the first time that he got the commandments. The second time we just read when he had to go back up to the second time because he broke them. He broke them because he was so angry on what he seen how our people was acting. How they was committing what? Idolatry, making idols. Now let me ask you a question, right? Was it kata before they got the commandments? Or was it kata after? Why did he break the tablets? Because they made a kata, right? So let's read this right quick. This is 20 and 1. Because you know when he came down, that's when he saw the action, right? He actually come down to give them the instructions. He didn't even get a chance to give them the instructions because the act on what they were saying was considered wrong. How was it wrong? Because this is the person that did not bring you out of Mizraim. This thing, what you're trying to make yourself a God to deliver you back. So you don't have to have nothing in writing to say it's wrong. You just know what you're doing is the behaviors of people that's in your past. Making idols, different things like that. So when he come down and give you these instructions, his whole goal is to form you back and get you on a path of things you should do and should not do. All right? So this is the book of Shemut, chapter 20 at verse 1. Listen to this first.
And Elohim spake all these Dabarim, saying, I am Yahuwah, thy Elohim, which have brought thee out of the Beth of Mizraim, out of the Beth of bondage.
Y'all see that? He brought you out of the house of slavery, right? He brought you out of the house of doing things that you did not want to do, and you didn't have the power to free yourself. So when he brought you out, these are the things that he bring you out for. And for the kids, these are, they say the 10 commandments, as they call it, but these are our instructions on how we should act and govern ourselves. Listen to this first.
Thou shalt have no other Elohim before me.
You shall have no other mighty ones before you. Remember, when you say Elohim, that's just considered as a mighty one, right? There are many Elohims, but when we say Yahuwah, that is the name of our Elohim. Y'all follow what I'm saying? So a lot of people will say this is Elohim, but no. We have one Elohim, which is Yahuwah. So the first thing, Bani, adults, Aki and Aku, you shall have no other mighty one before you. No other one. What else?
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything.
Well, man, if I would have read this, Austin, I wouldn't have did it. So now you got instructions on what you ought not to be doing. And what else?
That is in Shamayim above, or that is in the Arats beneath, or that is in the Mayim underneath the Arats.
Because if you make an idol or you make an image, a lot of times when people make things, they make things to say, you know what, I like this. But some people make this and say, you know what, this is my God. I'm going to pray to this. Every time even when I was playing, it was certain things that I wore, I felt like I had a good game. They call it my good luck. Anybody had one of those? What you had, Bryce? Your tape on your fingers. What you had, Dane? Shoes. It was a certain shoe. I have people, they never wash their socks. Listen, if I wash these socks, I'm going to mess up. Anybody else had anything? What you have, Val? You had a jumper strap that you always had to have. CL, what you had? CL said he wore a Tony Dorsett jersey under his uniform. Because I guess he feel like if I did it, he with me.
That's right.
But these are things that people do just to say it's going to help me get a competitive edge or I feel a little bit better about myself. But when it comes down to Sefer, the Most High, he don't even want us messing with the images, with the idols. We don't want us even fooling with it. What else?
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am Yahuwah thy Elohim. Am a jealous Elohim.
You shall not bow down to worship them. You shall not worship them nor serve them. For I am your Elohim. I'm jealous. He's jealous. That means if he see you bow down or giving baraka to another deity and not him, he's jealous. Men are jealous. Women are jealous. Why he touching you like that? Why she touching you like that? You get what I'm saying? Because he's possessive.
Right.
I know what your intentions is, but that other person, they ain't got the same intentions. You get what I'm saying? What else?
Visiting the iniquity of the Abo upon the Benin unto the third and fourth to Ladath of them that hate me.
What else?
And shewing Rakam unto thousands of them that ahab me, and keep my Amar.
And keep my Amar.
Thou shalt not take the Shem of Yahuwah thy Elohim in vain.
That's right. Hey, Dwight, look up the word commandment right here. Because it's not Amar, they got, it's another word. even when we had Shabbats in our ancient time, they stood up and read the law the whole Shabbat. They just read law. They just putting it in your mind. Then you know what you can't do, what you're not supposed to be doing, the whole Shabbat. Because if I put it in your mind, you have no excuses saying, you know what, I don't know. And it's repetitive. It's repetitive. It's getting in your brain. Mitzvah. Y'all heard the Jews say, I'm keeping mitzvah. Mitzvah. But that's the actual word they use, the we words for a commandment or law. A command, whether they call it human or they say divine. An order, an ordinance or a precept. Something that I sat down and say, these are things that you can't come over to do. Y'all follow what I'm saying? So we're setting lines and boundaries on saying this is what you can't do. Anytime that you do this, you commit a kata. That's fair? Yes, sir. All right. Let's get back to it, Chris. Because I don't want nobody to say I never even read the commandments. I don't even know what it means. Mitzvah. Go ahead, Chris. Oh, you had to write it. I'm sorry.
Thou shalt not take the Shem of Yahuwah thy Elohim in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his Shem in vain.
That's right.
Remember the Shabbat Yom.
Remember the Shabbat Yom.
To keep it Kodash. 6 Yamim thou shalt labor and do all thy work.
Yep.
But the 7th Yom is the Shabbat of Yahuwah thy Elohim.
That's right.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
You shall not do any work.
Thou, nor thy ben, nor thy bath, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
That's right.
For in 6 Yamim, Yahuwah made Shamayim and Arats.
That's right.
The Yom and all that in them is, and rested the Shabbat Yom.
That's right.
Wherefore Yahuwah Barak the Shabbat Yom and Kodash made it Kodash.
That's why we don't work. That's why we don't work on the Shabbat Yom. Because Yahuwah, he worked what? For 6 Yoms, and then on 7 he rested. A lot of times, well, they say studies, especially when you have a day of rest, you're rejuvenated coming into what they call Sunday or the new week. When everybody else, when you keep going, your body not set to do that. Your body needs some kind of reset. It needs some kind of reset. I remember, man, Steve Harvey said, man, if you sleeping 8 hours a day, you ain't trying to be successful. I need 8 hours. I just can't, I can't go for that, man.
That's right.
I need at least 6, 7, because I ain't myself.
That's right.
That works for you. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, right.
But I ain't nothing wrong with me getting my rest.
That's right.
Because when I get up and fight, I want to know everything I'm doing.
That's right.
I don't want to wake up and saying, you know, I only slept 3 hours. What accolade, what reward, what fruit are you getting from your labor?
That's right. That's right.
I don't know. Now, I ain't saying if I'm on the road sleep 2 hours, that's fine. I don't know. But sometimes I try to get 8 hours of sleep. I just try to. All right? It ain't Bostic, no. That's just me personally. I try to get some sleep. Because I know you can't, especially when you're active, a lot of times your body needs rest. And you find yourself, you say, some people say, I want to lose weight. Do you know you burn more calories at rest than you do up? Dang. I paid attention a little bit in class, Cam. You burn more calories at rest than you do up. Because you never notice when you wake up, you hungry, your body working. That's why your body need that rest, that recovery time, too, especially when you work out. You need that recovery time to flip and come back stronger. So I'm just saying that you need some rest. Go to sleep. If you stand up, be productive. Don't be on Netflix. I ain't go to bed that late, man. Was you working? Was you doing something to get ahead? Right? You need to be productive. What do you do to be productive at night? Did you put your phone on the charger before you went to bed? No, because you were tired to even get up and plug it up. You know what that does? That sets your day back in the morning. Because all day, you know what you're doing? You're looking for a charger. Somebody getting hit, because I get hit. But you know, you set your day, your next day up for failure, right? If you don't get gas prior to that previous day, the first thing you got to do is wake up and say, you know what? I got to go get some gas. Then you wake up, need to go get that gas. What ended up happening? The dang battery dead. goddamn devil. So now the battery dead because you done left the light on, and you said, I'm finna go out there, turn that light, let me just get on the house, change right quick, get my stuff right, and you forget to go back out. Do you see how some bad, negative things can affect the next day? You'll be so defeated, you say, man, you know what, man, I ain't even finna go out today. But I said being productive, putting the phone on the charger before you even go to bed, to make sure you get a full charge. When you wake up, do you prepare your kids to say, look, if I got to do this, do you lay out your clothes every day like it was first day of school? Nah. You normally wake up, get up and what? Get ready. But when you lay, like ain't nothing like that first day of school. When you lay them clothes out, you lay it down from the top to the bottom with the socks and all. That's the first week of school. That's it. I'm fresh. Now that next week, I got to remix everything I had, come back another way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm going to hit them with the black and blue this time. You know what I'm saying? Then by that third, fourth week, you got to recycle it back again in a different way to make sure it's clean. I only had 3 pairs of shoes, white pair, blue pair, white pair, some Timbs or something, and a black pair of shoes. And they had to go with everything. And I used to make sure they were clean with that toothbrush. My mama said, you use one more toothbrush to clean some shoes, we're gonna have a problem. But the whole thing is preparing yourself. We was talking about rest, preparing yourself for the next union. Go ahead, Chris.
Honor thy Abba and thy aim.
Yep.
That thy Yamin may be long upon the arise.
Now kids, this is a commandment. Honor your Abba and your aim that your days may be long upon the arise. That means do what your parents tell you to do. Right? That means whatever they tell you to do, they're setting rules and guidelines for their house. Right? Anytime that you step outside of that, right, you're transgressing their orders. You understand that? Gavin looking like, why is he preaching that? Gavin, you see Gavin? Gavin said, he was doing good. I mean, I'm just messing with you, Gavin. But the whole thing is, you want to have long life. This is one of the first things of promise. He promised you this. Honor your father and your mother. And I held Mr. Yahuwah to that. I do it. I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure I honor my mother and my father, because if he say should have long days, I'm going to keep my side of the commandment, and I'm going to let them do the rest. If your mother and father not doing right, let Mr. Yahuwah handle them. But you do your part. You got to do your part at the end of the day. And so I take that, and I make sure I take care of them. And then I watch those people, those kids that I grew up with, disrespect their father. I mean, cussing their mama out. I couldn't call my mama by her first name. I just couldn't do it, but I had some people do it because they was close to age. I had to call them mama or ma'am. If I say, if I ever walked out the house and be like, hey, Alice, come here. My mama would say, hold on. Dang, boy, son, I ain't get no sleep last night. My mind bad. I thought I heard you call me my first name, boy. Chris, what was your mom's first name?
Lily.
Lily. You ever call her Lily?
Not gonna happen.
I thought you saw my name, boy. Woo. No, I did say Lily. Whew, that's what I thought you said. Come here.
Not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. It's just a level of respect that you have for your parents or for elders, right? I try to call them sir. It's disrespectful when you try to call them by their first name. You don't do that. Now, some people grew up with their parents. Some people parents just say, man, just call me that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shay, stop playing. But I'm gonna tell you something though. That messes with the relationship too. Because if I got a relationship where I can call you by your first name, I got a relationship where I can check you too. Yeah. I got a relationship tell you, hey, you're not finna do this to me. It goes a little further now. I never seen nobody have that relationship and then don't never cross the line. Don't call me no more. You told her your mama? Boy, that's crazy. But these are things you gotta do in order for your days to be prolonged. Why is it written? I don't know. Right? It's there. If it's there and I'm gonna be on the right path, guess what I gotta do? I gotta do it.
That's right.
I got to sit down and not do it. Go ahead. 13.
Thou shalt not kill.
Yep. Y'all see that? This was key about the Arbery writings, right? It gets straight to the point. You see where it say, thou shalt not kill? All that thou shalt not is not there. It says, no kill. That's it, Ray. What does it say?
Murder.
No murder. On one of them, it do say no kill, I'm sorry. Well, you know where it says no kill? It says no murder. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
No tenaf. No adultery. Well, what kind of adultery are they talking about? No adultery. We need some amendments to say, what? I need to know what now? Is it the second? No adultery. Now you start finding out because of situations that start happening. That's how you know what you can and cannot do. What does it say? No tignal. What is that? No what?
Steal.
No steal. What else?
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy ra'ah.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not covet thy ra'ah's best.
You shouldn't be lying. Bear false witness is lying on somebody. Saying you saw something or they did something and it never happened. You can't do that now. You shall not covet what?
Thy neighbor's, thy ra'ah's best.
Listen, boy. Well, I want that house, boy. Now I want a house like that. When you say I want that house, you gonna go get that house. Or whatever you covet, the things that you desire. Daniel, I want your car. Hold on, bro. You want my car? I ain't selling my car. No, I want that car. But I don't like your tone. You get what I'm saying? They selling another one like mine over at Right Choice. You go holler at them, you know what I'm saying? They got the Jeeps over there. You know what I mean? You ain't finna get my car.
That's right.
You especially ain't finna get humpback car with the dollar beat out in the synagogue. That boy come out banging, boy. I was in here like, man, what are they quaking? I ain't humpback, somebody gonna knock you off, boy. I'm telling you.
That's right.
Knock her off, boy. That boy put out Dade County. I don't know what you got, boy. I got something. Send that little thing back in. That boy banging in the guard. That's what I'm talking about. Don't covet your neighbor's house. Don't covet your neighbor's ashar. What else?
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant.
Yep. Stealing workers. Take my workers. What else?
Nor his olive, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy ra'ah.
Yep. That's your neighbor's own. Why do you want it? Go out and get your own. Go and work for what's your own stuff.
That's right.
Don't covet. When you covet, you have a desire of others. You'll go out and do what you got to steal and do it. Work your own way. Work and get your own stuff. And then guess what? Nobody shouldn't be coveting what you have. So you should have shalom dwelling among you. The reason why there's no shalom, because we're breaking all kinds of commandments. All mitzvahs, because we want other things of others. I want to desire. What he got, I want. That ain't your life. So when you covet, these things, when you start coveting, a lot of behaviors start coming up out of you. Now you start treating him wrong for what he got. And they looking like, dang, why are you treating me as such? You get what I'm saying? A lot of people want to be in your situation. You may not think you have nothing, but just to say you go and the way you look, you have some kind of structure about you that people desire. Dang, man, I want to do that, man. I see you with your kids and stuff, you know. That's a good thing. And you think it's small, but to them, that's a big thing. Because a lot of people can't even be with their kids. But to see you functioning, or what they see functioning, is normal. Their kids go out, and to me, my kids be jumping all over the place. Then they go out, them people be like, man, your kids just sit down. They ain't all over the place, they eating. And in my mind, I'm like, man, that's what they was supposed to do. I'm gonna jack them up. And I gotta say, I appreciate it. Because a lot of people kids, they ain't work. They don't have no structure to it. So you have to have structure. Because the same way that y'all need to listen to y'all parents, the same way when y'all have kids, y'all gonna want y'all kids to listen to you. So the same way I treat my parents, that's the same way my kids don't have to treat me. Or I'm finna lose it. Boy, I did 18 years of listening to my mom and daddy. You finna do what? Woo! Wow! It always hurt the first time you gotta beat your kid. The first time, because it always go back to like, dang, okay, how I'm gonna beat him? I'm gonna get the belt. It's like, what tool you gonna get? You don't get the belt, you don't get the switch. I'm not gonna do a hard, what I'm gonna do? You know, with an anger take over, like, I gotta do it. I don't wanna do it. Ah! You look at me like, oh shoot, they ain't dead. See, told you. You walk away breathing hard, you're like, dang. They crying. And you sitting there, who that laughing? That Joseph? Yeah, that Joseph, he my crier. Alice, he the one that act like nothing, no. Tasha, she act like nothing on face her. You hit her, she. I said, this one crazy, let me not hear her again. Sometimes y'all kind of want, you be like, you know what? Like sometimes Jared hit Yasser back there, that boy said, well, you better try none of them. When he did, I turned my head, I said, I ain't even see that, bro. I don't want no smoke, brother. I don't want no smoke. Some of these kids, they phase it. Some of these kids, they crying, they finna die the next minute. And nothing comes out of their mouth. It comes. But listen, it's chastisement. These are things that we correct bad behaviors to get you back in line as beneath, as children. Because some things, you know what happens? You get out of line. When you get out of line, that's when bad things happen. I tell my kids all the time, I can only protect you when you're here in my bed. Once you get out, now it's time for you to start making those wise decisions. And don't link up with people that's gonna cause you to detour. But you gotta keep these things in line. So when I always went out, I ain't wanna hang with the crowd. Cause I hang with the crowd, always something ain't gonna happen. Somebody gonna wanna steal something. And I ain't even no thief. Somebody's gonna, I had somebody, they just always wanted to fight. And was the littlest person. Who that's the shop? Yeah, to me, yeah, she wanna fight and be the littlest one. And then cause the same person who they fight and wanna push, they look at the biggest one to say, I'm gonna knock you out first. So I'm like, bro, he did it. But you wanna fight, but you know when you're in a group, if somebody tests you now, forget what you done did, now I gotta jump up and I gotta be bucked with you. But my friends put me in those bad situations. And one of them almost died. The dude said, oh yeah? He said, I'm gonna be back. That joker went to his car, went and got the gun. I told him, man, let's go. Boom. I used to always want to be in the club with a tank top, like 50 Cent and G-Unit went back in there. You know what I'm saying? I used to have one of those. Man, Cam laughing. You remember that? You ain't have a G-Unit? Oh, okay. No, you ain't have a G-Unit, Chris?
No, fresh.
You were a little too old.
I'm fresh.
Nah, G-Unit, boy. 50 Cent came out of those tops, boy. I was walking the club. But he always want to holler at girls. And I told him one day it's going to hurt you. And I left his behind. He was hollering at a girl. Where you at? Please come get me, man. Please come get me. But I said, meet me over at Denny's, man, on 57, man. I went and met that dude at Denny's. That dude was saying Indian style, waiting. I said, I know you were scared. I was too, that's why I left. But the point I'm trying to make is all the situations I was getting in, my friends was getting into the trouble, not me. But I always end up had to suffer for it. So I had to find myself, man, I need to get myself away from you. Because what you're doing is causing me to mess up. And that's not the life I want to live. And another thing is, a lot of times when these people start talking negative to their parents, a lot of them end up dying before their time. When I look at these obituaries and I see these people dying, I always think back. I say, boy, that boy used to disrespect his mama though. But this is the first thing I always think of. I'm like, dang. You know you believe it, but you like, boy, that junk for real, boy. When they start disrespecting parents, cussing their parents out, that's tight right there. Guess what? Gone, knocked off, dead. I see. But you wonder, did they die for that? Or the Most High cut them off because of this? But this is how I always took it. This is why I would cut off, because they never listened to their parents. What else?
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And all the arms saw the thunderings and
That's
the
right.
lightnings
Mm-hmm.
and the noise of the shofar
Yep.
and the har smoking. And when the arms saw it, they were moved and stood afar off.
Yep. Man, they saw them trembling. Boom, 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 boom. They saw all that stuff happen. And that put fear in people. A lot of times you don't want to get a whooping, so that put fear in you. They're trembling, that house starts shaking. Woman start, man, listen, man, when I get a whooping, man, my mama just won't have to catch me. My dad, I couldn't run. When my mama catch me, though, it don't matter where she hitting you at. Neck, eye, nose, it's coming. Yeah. Why were you hitting my throat? Boy, ain't no rules. You thinking it's some WWE match? Ain't no rules to get no whooping. We had a banister in my house, so if I just timed it right, all I gotta do is keep running around this banister. Keep running around, miss it, and the door was right there. So the first time I unlocked the door, whoo, second time I come around, whoo, I'm gone. Man, listen, I had a whole theory, man, on how you gotta perfect the whoopings. My kids tried to do it one time. They tried to hide all the belts. All right, I did that before too. Ha-ha, but I didn't know. It was always one by the bed. I tried to do that. But that's what happened. But let's get straight to it. Iniquity. Let's look up the word iniquity. Let's look up what iniquity means. All right? We're going to look up transgress. Let's look at what that means. Let's look up kata, what that means. The whole thing is a whole goal of what we need to do. We need to stay on a straight path. Y'all got that? Anytime that we deviate from a straight path, this is when we start committing iniquity. We start transgressing. Or we start committing kata. All right? The first word is iniquity. They'll call it, and that's the crazy part about it. I had been looked at this word, and I ain't saying nothing. Don't go tell people that sell Avon that they're iniquity. That's tight. Because when I first saw it, I said, dang, man. But I'm saying, why would they name it Avon? Right? Why would they name it that? But I said, I ain't going to leave it alone. Contortion. Penalty for depravity. Look up the word contortion, Dwight. Y'all see that? Contortion. It means a twisted or bent condition, state, or form. Twisted, bent condition, or state, or form. A skill of twisting and bending one's body in a strange, unnatural position. Right? So, when we look at the word, go to the Hebrew Overstep chart. Twisting or bending. We have one all the way to the bottom, Dwight. Y'all see this right here? Dang, this don't even have it. This don't have it.
Right there.
Y'all see that? Y'all see the gun, the gun? Y'all see this character right here? Right? That's the same way how they spell Avon. A twisting or bending of something. What does that mean, right? Let's go look up to the definition. Twist, dark, wicked. Anytime that you go against totally what Elohim says, totally contrary, they call it in the Sefer iniquity. When you start talking about men with men, women with women, that's totally contrary. They say you walking in iniquity. That's totally against on what the person said you're doing. So, the opposite of good is what? Bad. In order to get it, if I want to do it, what I should do? I should be able to twist it and flip it, right? So, you get to a point when you're saying iniquity, it's something that's totally against what you're supposed to be setting out to do. Y'all follow what I'm saying? And that's what they call it, Avon. Go back to the definition, Dwight. Let's look up the root word. The root word of Avon. Ooh, it means crook. If you add an ED on to crook, you get what? Crooked. Therefore, your path is not. There you go, Austin. So when you commit iniquity, you are on a crooked. There we go. Y'all some good students. Because you're doing something totally contrary on what is supposed to be said and done. You, sir, ma'am, commit iniquity. Because you're going on a crooked path. Right? What they call it, avar. Avar, crooked. So, Bostic, what do? I constantly evaluate myself. I constantly examine myself. I look what I'm in, I look what I'm doing, and I make sure is this on the right path on what I need to be going. Because you could be on a right path for success in education, but you be on a crooked path with Elohim. Y'all see that? If this path don't align with this path, you need to cancel the plan. Y'all follow me? Let's look at the word transgression. That word should be, there you go, Pashah. Pashah, transgression. We'll consider it Pashah. Transgression, a revolt, national, moral, or religious. Rebellion, sin, trespass. Y'all see that word trespass? Pashah. That's the pa, that's the shan, and that's the ha on Pashah. Or the as they call it. All right? Go to the root word, all right? Pashah, it means to break away, to insurrect, to trespass, apostative, quarrel. All right? Now, I want to go to the etymology, all right? I want you to type in transgression. Transgression. You type in transgress, that's fine. That's fine, leave it right here. Leave it right here. Make it a little bigger, Dwight. Because I want y'all to understand some things on what happens, all right? Transgress, old French transgression. Transgression, particularly that relating to, as they call Adam. And fall, from late Latin transgressionem. A nominative transgressio. A transgression of the law. Of Latin, a going over or going across. Climb over, pass, go, beyond, across, beyond. So what happens when you transgress? Transgress is you pass that line, that boundary. The boundary is set. Thou shalt not steal. Once you cross that threshold over to steal, guess what you just did? You transgress. You thinking taking it and going, no. By you taking a step to cross over, go beyond, you are in transgression. Y'all follow me? Yes, sir. These words and these guidelines are on both set to keep us well in the path. That's right. We shouldn't be crooked, nor we shouldn't be crossing over or going beyond what's written. That's right. So whatever you decide to do in your life, make sure you line yourself up. Am I committing iniquity? Am I transgressing? Am I going beyond? These are things that's going to line up your life to be able to form you. Because right now you living your life without form and void because you don't know no direction. You don't even know the rules of the game. That's why when he came, he said, when Yahushua came, they said, go ahead and make the crooked paths straight. Because you got to get yourself right in line just to even meet the man. I told y'all, there's action should be taken before you even try to approach this man on being Yeshua. He said, bring forth fruit, meat for repentance. That's right. That means you have to come, your path need to already be straight to get here, to go still further with him. That's why the bar gets so clear when it says, he said, I don't know where you're going. He said, you know the way. That's right. He said, I am the way, the Amat, and the life. That makes sense. He is the straight path. He is the way. Right. Everything that he did, you do what he did, you're going to end up where he's at. How are you not going to end up? Because you're crooked and you continue to go over what he says to do what you want to do. Kata. Ha. Sinners miss me with it. Y'all see that? Kata, sin. That's why I harp our Abari, because you get a more in-depth concept on what's going on, instead of these abstract words that you're trying to take it and you're trying to form it what you believe it should be. They already have a symbol for it. You crooked, it's not straight. Y'all see that? Yes, sir. Twist, dark. That's what it is. Kata, an offense, the penalty, the occasion. Once you go commit the act, right? You did it, now you just committed sin. Kata. So if you say you wanted to steal, right, you already start going down the wrong path. Iniquity is one of the highest ones you could get because it's just crooked, it's totally against. That's why I always say the iniquity of the Amorites, it's not talking, because it's totally against. Anytime you see the word iniquity in front of something, it's always contrary. I don't got time to go in every example. Once you see it, you'll start to notify it. All right? A penalty occasion. The sin offering for amends, the sacrifice of offering, and what it says. An offender. In order to be an offender, you had to what? Offend. You had to commit something. Right? Let's go to the root word, right? To miss, fail. To miss, fail. To morally fail, sin. To forfeit or lack. To rightly make amends or reparations. Number 5, what did it say? To lead astray. When you commit kata, or you have done and you have committed the kata, a lot of things what you did, you was led astray by your own mind. It's something you wanted to do. It's something you wanted to do. Because once you committed it, now you was in transgression, now you committed it, now you got to behold your sin, whatever you got. And we started off with Shemut chapter 30 at verse 1. His whole goal was to be able to forgive all this, to show recall for those people that have did it, right? But once he did it, he only doing it one time. You shouldn't go back to these behaviors. How you end up on a straight path, then turn around and end up on a crooked one? How did that happen? The only reason you ended up on a straight path because somebody had to say, hey, bro, can you get up? You looking for this direction? Come on, bro, it's right here. There you go. That's the way you want to go. Somebody had to point you in the rock. Let's pull up that word, right? The rock. You know, y'all know what the rock means, right? It means direction. Somebody had to point you in a direction to go right. so that you won't miss, so that you won't commit kata, so you won't iniquity, so you won't transgress. All right? These are things that you have to constantly understand. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 1. Let's get it right quick. Book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 at verse 1. 230 says it long. Listen to the Sephora. First Thessalonians chapter 4 at verse 1. Listen to the Sephora.
Furthermore, then, we beseech you, Akim, and exhort you by the Adon Yahushua, that as ye have received of us, how you ought to halak, and to please Elohim.
Now, he's given us direction on how we ought to walk and how to please this man. The only thing that comes out of the path is when you want to do your own thing. At the end of the day, how do I know I'm committing sin? Are you doing something contrary to what you was told to do? Oh, the book, well, let me tell you something. They said, well, we can't go making no sin now. That's true, we're not making sin, but a lot of things cause you to be out in the wrong path. The road that you're going down, eventually you're going to end up back at that same sin, that same kata. Because you're going on a path that you feel is right. That's crooked. Who's to say your way is right in your mind? I feel like I'm right. That's what you feel, but you need to get on our path. That's why when they traveled together. By night, it was a pillar of fire. By day, it was a what? It was a cloud. Therefore, they always had direction. When the pillar of fire was there, didn't move, or the cloud didn't move, you know what they did? They stayed there. And they camped. What did that teach you? It taught you patience. And I can't move when I want to move. My family can't move when they want to move. I got to stay here. How long I got to stay here? Till our direction get ready to move. I'm sitting here waiting. He said, all right, y'all, it's time to take our journey. Man, I just bought a house. Boy, you should know, boy, we already moving. I don't care what you just bought. It's time for you to go. I don't want to go. All right, you stay right there then. That's what happens. We moving outside of our own direction. Y'all follow me? You receive us how we ought to walk. And what happened? The things we commit, they don't just happen out of the blue. There's always something got to be planted in your law that you want to do. I ain't know it was a sin to do that. Hey, there was things set in place for you. Uyaka chapter 5, at verse 14. So you had things according to that. I think it's 40, 53, H43, 53. I'm trying to think of the Abari word. But this is the book of Uyaka, chapter 5, 5 and 14, right? 5 and 14. Go up. This is Uyaka chapter 5 at verse 14. Listen to the Sefer.
And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying,
I want you to read in English, Chris, just this first part.
If a soul commit a trespass and sin through ignorance in the Kodash things of Yahuwah, then he shall bring for his trespass unto Yahuwah a ram without blemish.
Y'all see what that means? That means if he committed a sin that he didn't even know about. What did it say? Read it again.
If a soul commit a trespass.
Now, it say a soul. When you look up the word, that word nefash, it could be talking about a human being or it could be talking about a beast. Because you know what happens when an ox goes, man. What should happen to that ox? It got to die because of the law. The law not going to change because you're an animal. that animal has some kind of emotion and aggression towards somebody and did something. So you got to die. Everything has order upon its rise. Nobody can go beyond and transgress what this man said. You got to die. So this law was set in place if somebody committed a sin, what it say? Unintentionally. That means you do something and you really didn't know. How many of y'all done ate something and ain't no pork in it? How many of y'all ate something do unleavened bread and didn't even know it was leaven in it? Now, that means you didn't know it was an honest mistake, right? Guess what? He had a way for that too. But what happens is you can't use this when you go intentionally commit sin and say, I'm going to go to Uyaka chapter 5 and verse 14. You can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. But there was ways for that. There was a way to get out of that. Go ahead, Chris.
If a soul commit a trespass and sin through ignorance in the Kodash things of Yahuwah, then he shall bring for his trespass unto Yahuwah a ram without blemish of the flocks with thy estimation by shekels of silver.
Yep.
After the shekel of the Magdash for a trespass offering.
Now, even when you did something intentionally, guess what you still had to do? You had to give something off. Something that you wanted and needed, you still had to bring a sacrifice for that, right? Even the things that we do wrong intentionally, there will be still some consequences for that. But the best thing you need to do, you need to get yourself back on the right path. Don't do this and say, you know what, this felt look good, I can keep doing it. Don't do that. Because things going to start piling up. The book of Yaakov, the book of James, chapter 1. Get that right quick in verse 14. The book of James, chapter 1, at verse 14. In the other Aki, you go over and get me the book of Romans, chapter 3. And hold that. Book of James, chapter 1, at verse 14. Let's start at verse 12. Let's start at verse 12. Because I want to get y'all to understand something, how we ought to walk, how we got to start getting informed. Because you can go ahead and continue to live, but if you keep doing things that are wrong, listen, you're wasting your days. You're wasting your days. If you don't know what you're doing, you're wasting your days. This is the book of James, as they call it, chapter 1 at verse 12. Listen to the Sefer.
Baraka is the east.
It's actually Ashar. It's happy. Happy is the man. Happy. That's the same thing I think as a Tarlene 101. It says happy. Happy is the man who what, Chris?
That endureth temptation.
Happy or Barak is the man that endures temptation. That means there is a line that you want to cross over. Mm-hmm. That means there is something that will be put in your way that you want to do. Mm-hmm. But up to him that endures it, him shall be saved. That's right. Am I saying there's not going to be no temptations out here? No. Them lines are out there everywhere. But it's up to you to resist, to stay on the straight path, not to be crooked. For you not to cross over. But if you do, sin crouches at your door. That's right. And I'm not going to get it right now, but I hope I can quote it right. When Yahuwah was talking to Cain about his punishment, he told him, sin crouches at your door, but you must master it. How many of you ever read that? How many people didn't read that? Get it for me. I think that's Bereshit chapter 4. That's who? Ian said Bereshit. Hey, there we go, Ian. You know what I'm saying? But this is my day-to-day, though. I mean, I got to preach this thing right now. That's good, though. That's good. Because Beni, children, you got to learn this. Because I don't know when y'all going to die. I tell Alice that all the time, bro. Joseph, I said, bro, I don't know if I'm going to leave before you, but Daddy got to equip you as much as he can. The stuff I have voids with, I'm going to try to fill them and let you know. So I don't do that. Don't do that, because Daddy ain't going to be here. You get what I'm saying? This is Bereshit chapter 4 at verse 7. This is after Cain killed Abel. Chapter 4 and 7. What does it read, Chris? What does it read in your book?
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted.
That's the question he asked them. If you do well, you should be accepted. But what did he say, Chris?
If thou doest not well,
what happened?
Kata lieth at the dollar.
As it say, sin crouches at your door. You know what else crouches? A lion. A lion. Because you're going to commit something now, it got to punish you because you committed the act. It crouches at your door. And what else, Chris?
And unto thee shall be his desire.
It reads, and its desire is for you. Sin wants you to do wrong. I need it. I need people to come on this side. That's my reward, because the wages of sin is moot. If I get more Kadash off the books and have more people out here, guess what? We winning. That's the whole goal, to get people that's doing right off their path. Desire is for you, but what you must do to it, Chris. Read it from here, Chris.
And thou shalt rule over him.
You must master it. The same thing we talked about yesterday about being a slave. This is what you got to do, Kata. You got to rule over it. Nah, bro, we're not finna do this. I'm good. You must master it. That means you must overcome your desires. Mm-hmm. You must overcome the things that you want to do.
That's right. That's right.
If you don't overcome it, I got to kill you.
That's right. Yes, sir.
I want the Ruach HaKodesh. You must overcome it. You must master it. That's why I had to get in my mind. There was no power. I got to master this thing. The same thing that want me to do something, I got to say, nah, man, I need to combat that. I got you on here. Now, that's him talking to Cain. No law. This actually was the first killing that ever happened on the rocks. Period. How you coming this man with law? This was the first killing ever. He telling him off the rip. No kill. Hey, man, I see your problem is, if you do well, you will be accepted. But if you don't do well, if you transgress, something over there crouching at your door. And I want to get you. But guess what? You must master it. Who else we know mastered Ari? Shapshun? It was already dead. Then y'all. You see how the lions had desired it? But guess what happened? All on stay still. He mastered that situation. That's how I understand this. Period. Its desire is for you. But guess what? Man, I got somebody that can master it all. Think you fighting with? Somebody can win on that. The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 15. We started at, did we finish 12, Chris?
No.
Okay, continue.
Barak is the Ish, or happy is the Ish that endureth temptation. Mm-hmm. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of Cain.
That's right.
Which the Adon hath promised to them that have him.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
Let no Ish say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Elohim.
Man, nobody can say, man, that woman, she was tempting me. And you go, what? That's Elohim trying me. No, bro. Why, Chris?
For Elohim cannot be tempted with Rasha, neither tempteth he any Ish.
He's not finna do that. Elohim, he's not finna put that in front of you. Now, sometimes he calls stumbling blocks to get there, but it's still up to you to what? Master it. Right? Elohim, he ain't gonna do it. Go ahead, Chris.
But every Ish is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
There you go. So now, when you start being tempted, you drawn away from what you're supposed to be doing, down the wrong path, down a crooked path, and you enticed, guess what? Now it's you being tempted. Because you're drawing away off this path and you're getting on another path. You're starting to trespass. You're starting to go across or beyond what the Debar says. Now that's your drawing away. Ain't got nothing to do with him. That's you. Kid, adult, old, young, it don't matter. That's you. And what happened?
Then, when lust hath conceived.
Now, listen. Now, once lust come with the sin, and they marry, and they get together and conceive, what happens, Chris?
It bringeth forth kata.
There you go. That's how you get your kata. You drawing away off a path. You start to cross over. Now, when you commit this thing, now you got kata. But it wasn't Yahuwah, it was you drawing away from these things. Now you got this kata, and now this thing is crouching at your door. What has to happen, Chris?
And kata, when it is finished, bringeth forth moot.
When it's done with you, I got to kill you.
That's right.
I got to kill you. This ain't no magic potion. This ain't no benigna. This ain't no thing you got to figure out. It's clear and it's plain. At the end of the day, you got to make the decision. You got to make the choice. I know what they're going to run to, them Christians. Go ahead and get it for them, Chris. Romans 3, chapter 3. Go to chapter 3 and verse 10. This is what they love to run to. They love it. Because I used it. What does it say, Chris?
As it is kata, there is none Sadiq, no, not one.
Ain't nobody do right, boy. That's what the book say, son. I don't care how much God you pray to, boy, ain't nobody do right. No, not one. That's Bible book, chapter and verse. God. And what happened, Chris?
There is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after Elohim.
Come on now. So you really think there's nobody seek after Elohim? Right now, that people were seeking, and the book says, seek and you shall find? That makes no sense. If I'm seeking for the right path, I'm not going to find? Why tell a man, you know where I go, you know the way, and I ain't going to find you? That made the man a liar. This is what they run to. Ain't nobody do good. No, not one. Go ahead, Chris.
They are all gone out of the rock. Mm-hmm. They are together become unprofitable.
You see what happened? You see what happened, Dave? They have all gone where?
Out of the way.
Out of the way, and they went on their own path. That's why there's none that do of good. That's why there's none that seek you after Elohim. Because the reason why you ain't seeking him, because you're on a different path, Dexter. Not you, Dexter, but I'm telling you, Dexter. I don't want to do I don't do that. But that's why none do it good. Because they out of the way, they out of the path. And actually, this verse is actually written in Talmud 14, 1 through 3. So this was actually quoting what was written before time.
Right.
This ain't just come up. Let's put it up right quick, Chris, so they'll know. Because I know they're going to go across a Baptist bishop sometime in their life. This is Talmud 15. Them bishops strong, too. See, that their words and they brogue, it oversteps me. I can't compete with that. You get what I'm saying? They got that proper Greek tongue. All I say, I got one sentence. I said, I understand what you said, sir. But he that committed kata, sin, is of the devil. He that commits sin is of the devil. If you tell you continue to commit sin, are you of the devil, sir? See, you got an ISO and EXO. I said, well, go get your Madden playbook, whatever you need to get, and break down he that commits sin is of the devil. Because you playing on rookie and I'm on all Madden right now. And people go on that level now. Because I don't understand it. This book of Talmud, I think it's 14 and 1. There you go, right there. That's what he was quoting in the book of Romans. He didn't just make that up. He quoting it from the Talmud. What it read, Chris?
The fool hath said in Islam.
What they say?
There is no Elohim. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth two.
That's why none that do is good. Cause they all out of the way. That's right. They all out of the way. He ain't just quoting none out of his behind. He getting it from here.
Come on.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yahuwah looked down from Shamayim upon the Banim of Adam.
And what happened?
To see if there were any that did understand.
That's why he says no understanding in them. Because I'm looking down, I'm seeing what y'all doing. All y'all out of the path. That's why he say there's none that do it too. Because they out of the way.
Right.
Don't take it when they say there's none that do it too, because to justify that you continue to do it. That's why they said, ain't nobody do good, boy. I don't care what kind of things you try to do and live right. You ain't gonna do it. The book said it. Yeah, you're right if I stay on the path that you going. But guess what? I gotta turn right and go straight. I gotta seek Elohim. I gotta do Sadat and Sadiq. I gotta get on the right path. I'm not gonna follow what you're doing. I respect you, but I gotta go down this way. And when we meet in the end, in Mashpat, then we will see who's gonna be right and wrong. Because what I believe, I'm going according to a pattern.
That's right.
I'm on a direction of a pattern.
That's right.
I'm not on what you said and what your grandma said. That's right. Because with your grandma, they gave you Jesus. So you know what else happened with iniquity? To totally switch it? I have to give you Jesus instead of Yahusha. I got to give you heaven instead of Shamayim. Because I got to give you my way so you can go down this path. Right. Once you go down that Jesus path and you keep going with the Holy Ghost, highway, heaven, you keep going, my God, and you think you're going right, but the man seeking down and he's looking, none of them got understanding, dang. Goodness, none of them do good. But when people start to turn, they say, okay, I started to see you doing you started to put down them idols, right? Let me come in and give you a little bit of help. Let me go and give you a little bit of something because you started doing it the right way. But when you know that Jesus is wrong, why do you continue to say it? That's the path that you want to go down. I'm not condemning Jesus for what they created. I'm just saying that's not the name of my Yeshua, the person that saved me. That's not the word. If that's the word, why does that word only start 1400s, 1300s? That means there was something before that. I just need to know that. I'm not here to debate you. I'm here to say, give me Jesus back then. That's right. Did Abraham know Jesus was coming? Did he know Jesus? If Moshe, when they made the three tabernacles, did Moshe come down and see Jesus? Because he came down and been like, brother, I don't even know who you is. Your name is Jesus. I'm looking for Yahushua. I am he. I'm about to strike you down. So you got to understand, when you get on the path, I want to be on the path to when I meet this man, I want to be able to have all the information that I can. If we ever need to communicate, I need to say, listen, I tried. You see where I was at now. I tried. I'm here. Whatever I need to do, I'm seeking. Every day I'm seeking, I'm turning, I'm trying to find whatever I need to do. You saying what I was doing wrong, I stopped doing it. He that stole, steal no more. I don't steal no more. I don't do it no more. You told me I don't need to mess with other people out, I don't do that. I'm done. You see me changing. You see me changing, now you need to give me something. You need to get some help down here. Give me something saying where I'm going right. How I know, because he keep revealing. Things keep coming. I'm getting better. People that I thought were my friends start to fall off. And I think that they hating me, but my way is getting pretty clear now. It's just like when that shuttle take off in the spaceship, it got to lose some luggage. It got to lose that cargo, because the higher you get, the lighter you need to be. That's period. The more success I started to get, people had to fall away. I can't carry you no more. I tried, I can't carry you. Where I'm going, I only got enough room for me. That's just like Newark. I don't care how many friends he had. Bro, listen, there's only room for 8. That's it. So when you get in your situations, don't get mad at them. You keep going higher. You got to break away from people, man. Rich people, man, they don't hang around with a lot of people. I need to be hanging with somebody on my level or better that ain't asking for nothing. The more money you got, more people start to leave. But guess what? You still got to be able to give. I give to the mission car. We give here. You get what I'm saying? But when you start talking about this, man, crazy. I don't want to have those things. It's not, they say there's nothing wrong with having things. It's wrong when things start to have you. That's the problem. That's the problem at the end of the day. But this way he get it from. The book of Oriah, chapter 6, chapter 16. You don't gotta you can go get it. But it talks about, it says this is crazy. It said makes friends with unrighteous what? Make friends with unrighteous who? Mammon. What is mammon?
Rich.
Is what?
Rich.
It's rich.
Rich people.
People. No, it's actually things. They'll get it real quick. I think it's 16 and 10, 9. Dang, it's the black and white thing. Yeah, black. You know it. This verse, man, it totally messed me up. So the reason it reads, it said, I also say to you, purchase friends for yourself with wealth of wrongdoing, so that when it is finished, they shall take you into eternal dwelling. But when you look up the word mammon, it's actually a word for money or things. Because I always thought when they said mammon, it means rich people. It doesn't, because you can't have friends and then have rich people. You get what I'm saying? It's saying make friends with those with those who's wealthy, who have money, who have ties, right? And then when I learned about that, when Yahushua, the same person, when all his friends left him, guess who had to take him in? Who had to take him to his cabal?
Of Arimathea.
Of Arimathea, right? He was a known person. Do you have any dealings where it said that they communicated? No. None. But yet, when he sat down with who? As they call it.
Tax collector.
No, they said the publicans and the Kataim. But they never say he was in a group. So that lets you know right there, it's some people that's rich, they just ain't gonna turn, they ain't gonna give it up. That's your pal. But this is my pal. And when you think of publican, you know what the word publican mean? Man, I hope I'm right.
Tax collector.
A tax collector. Or people that take taxes from who?
Poor people.
From poor people, from the people. And I thought about it, I said, dang, how they call Republicans? I don't know why they named it. I just thought about it. I said, hold on now. If they saying it's called publican, etymology right quick.
That's right.
Hey, let's get
right it up. That's right.
I got to understand what's going on.
That's right.
When you start diving in history, you start understanding stuff. I said, well, these people are wild.
Yes, sir.
Because you had, before the Republican, you know what they had? What party you had?
Wigs.
No.
You had a wig party.
Before Republican. The what? They actually had a party that was called, what was it called? I Know Nothing. You ever heard that, Chris? They had a party that was called the I Know Nothing party. And what they would say every time that people approach them about it, they say, I know nothing. That was deep. It was kind of crazy. But look at us. It's called the I Know Nothing party. It was actually a mixture of the wig party and something else. But did you look it up? Publican. It means what? A tax gatherer of the Roman government, or a tax collector, pertaining to public revenue. Public revenue. Y'all see that? That means the only way we get our money is from the who? From the public. And those people that got to work. So the more you work, the more money we get, and the more the country has to function and operate. But these are the people that he was sitting down with. Tax collectors. He's understanding knowledge and understanding what's going on. And he's also explaining them a way more perfect. So people that are publicans, they had what?
Money.
Oh, they had money and know how to get it. Yahushua was actually one of the first publicans. Not only collected taxes, he collected things from people, from the public that was trying to survive. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, our whole goal is to make sure that we stand on this right path. That's getting away from Qatar, getting away from iniquity, getting away from overstepping boundaries, becoming a habitual line stepper, as Charlie Murphy said. The guys just crossed the line. He just always liked to cross the line. He was a habitual line stepper. You got the people that just always got to cross the line. And don't let this be you with Mr. Yahuwah. At the end of the day, don't let it be.
Yes, sir.
You got an opportunity to make these things right. The
That's
things
right.
that you did, you don't have to do no more as long as
That's
you get on
right.
the straight path.
That's right.
The crooked way that you on, you don't got to be there no more.
Yes, sir.
The things you stepped over, you don't have to do. And definitely you don't have to go commit sin.
Come on.
Qatar.
That's right.
And you don't have to say that he's tempting you. You tempt him when you're drawing away of your own
Come on.
lust.
Yes, sir.
That's my time. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate my